Hi everyone, it's Jerry. This is a very important endgame position to be familiar with, one involving a rook pawn and a bishop which is not able to control that queening square, in this case h8. For as long as the black king is able to get to that corner square in time, it's known as a drawn position. So let's have a look and see why that is the case, how it's completely different with a different color bishop, and then just a few quick examples emphasizing this idea. So in this position, white to move, really doesn't matter whose move it is. Black needing only to just run to the corner and stay there. In the meantime, white advancing their pawn and king. And what eventually occurs is many different instances of stalemate. For example, right here, bishop c4 would result in stalemate. Similarly, pushing the pawn would result, same thing, stalemate. And if white gets a little bit clever with, let's say, bishop d3, king g8, king f6, king back to the corner, followed by h7, this is yet another example of stalemate. So it's completely different if we have a different color bishop. White, in this case, needing only to place their bishop on this diagonal to control that h8 square, get their king to g6, and then push their pawn away. So just running through a quick example, we'll see why exactly white will now be able to promote their pawn successfully. We're just going to have the pawn and king moving up the board, king getting to g8. Finally, we're able to make use of g6, and the king cannot go to that corner square. Just push, push, and then finally queen. So, emphasizing this point, let's have a look at three quick examples, starting with this one here. In this position, it's white to move. So if you'd like to, pause the video, see if you can find the best move for white. Okay, the best move for white here is to play knight to d4, or excuse me, knight to d5, and with the intention of sacrificing it for this b pawn, because this b pawn is the only one which could potentially control that queening square, in this case that a1 square. So if after bishop c6 we just sacrifice the knight, and then we have this similar thing going on where the white king is able to get to that corner square. So moving on to the second puzzle. Once again, in this position, white to play. Go ahead, pause the video, see if you can find the best move in this position. Okay, the best move is going to be bishop to c4, making sure that this king cannot get to that corner square. If it could get to the corner square, it's going to be a win. In this case, the king cannot, so we would just have this pawn now pushing, etc. And moving on to the last one. Once again, white to play. Pause the video, see if you can find the best continuation in this position. Okay, the solution to this one is bishop to h6. Again, this is the only pawn that could potentially control that queening square, in this case h1. So eliminating it, or even allowing it to now become a rook pawn, will also result in a drawn position here. You could actually exaggerate it if you really wanted to, give your opponent 3 rook pawns and have the bishop on a color which is not able to control that queening square. This will also turn out to be a drawn position. So that's all for this video. As always, I hope you're able to take something away from it. Take care. Bye.